Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know things can get wild, but as a former crew member who worked for 3 different cruise lines, I've seen it all. Embarrassing, shocking, and even heartbreaking moments. Today, I'm sharing some of the most unforgettable stories from my time at sea. My friend Jennifer and I were feeling overworked and undersexed. It gets lonely at sea, and it was spring break. We decided to get dressed up and go to the disco. We got ready in our cabins with music blaring, dancing around as the ship rocked, and we were pre-gaming with a bottle of vodka. We were on a mission, and we had the next day to recover. We finished our drinks, put on our formal wear, and headed to the disco. We danced, we drank, and danced some more. My friend left me to use the restroom, and I saw her walk off with a passenger. 20 minutes later, she wasn't back, and I got worried she had fallen or passed out somewhere. I looked everywhere but couldn't find her. I saw a huge crowd of about 50 to 60 people crowding around the rock wall on the Lido deck. It was mostly guys, and they all had this look of horror mixed with delight. I scanned the crowd and couldn't see my friend. I finally saw what everyone was watching, and it was my friend behind the rock wall naked, getting nailed by the guy she went to the bathroom with. I couldn't see her dress or her shoes, and she was just getting nailed by this college kid. I ran up to her and grabbed her, and she was so drunk she could barely walk. We found her dress, and I took her back to her cabin. We put her to bed and said nothing. We were speechless. Her roommate and I just sat there stunned as we watched her sleep. Jennifer was instructed to stay in her cabin for 3 days as they decided how they would handle the situation. The ship gave her a notice and then booted her ass off the ship in Aruba. I helped her take her things off the ship, and we said goodbye as we sobbed, hugged, and promised to keep in touch. That was 20 years ago, and she's married now to a woman. They have a baby, and she hasn't aged a bit. Her story became a cruise ship legend in some circles. Drinking on a cruise? Expected. But pacing yourself? Apparently, that's impossible for some. I watched 3 separate middle-aged moms get wasted before we even left the dock. Picture this: yardsticks of frozen drinks, conga lines, and then passing out in bathroom stalls, covered in poop. Seriously, Karen, get it together. Speaking of bathrooms, you'd think people would keep their business where it belongs. Nope. I worked in the spa, and at least once per cruise, someone would poop in the sauna. The longer the cruise, the worse it got. Let's just say, older passengers can't always control their business. The sauna wasn't a hot spot for relaxation, it was a biohazard zone. And if poop wasn't bad enough, the sauna actually caught fire once. I found it, grabbed a fire extinguisher, and then panicked when I saw the flames were way too big. Luckily, the ship's fire crew handled it, but let's just say I ran screaming in the opposite direction. Now, I need to shift gears, because this next story isn't funny. It's heartbreaking. One night, I went to check on a friend. Her door was locked, and I heard noises inside. When someone finally opened it, it was a male coworker, disheveled, avoiding eye contact. When I walked in, my friend was sitting on her bed, shaking and sobbing. She wouldn't tell me at first, but eventually she did. She had been assaulted. She begged me not to tell anyone, and I didn't. For years, I carried that secret, unsure if I did the right thing. The guy went on to have a long-term relationship and eventually got married. I still don't know if I should have spoken up, but what do you do when your friend pleads with you to stay silent? Working on a cruise ship is a wild ride. There's laughter, chaos, and sometimes things you wish you could forget. But one thing's for sure, if you ever take a cruise, just know the crew has seen it all. And if you're planning to get a little crazy, trust me, we're watching. If you enjoyed these stories, hit that like button and subscribe for more insane tales. Until next time, stay classy. Or at least, Try to.